The story of Joseph in the Bible is a rich and detailed narrative found in the book of Genesis, chapters 30 to 50. Here's a comprehensive retelling. Joseph was the 11th son of Jacob, the patriarch of the Israelites. He was born to Rachel, Jacob's favorite wife, when Jacob was already an old man. Jacob loved Joseph more than his other sons, and he gave him a special coat, often translated as a coat of many colors. This favoritism caused tension among Joseph's brothers, who were jealous of the attention their father showed him. As a young man, Joseph had prophetic dreams that indicated he would become a leader over his family. In one dream, he saw himself and his brothers binding sheaves of grain, and his sheaf stood upright while his brothers' sheaves bowed down to his. In another dream, he saw the sun, moon, and stars bowing down to him. Jacob, while puzzled by these dreams, rebuked Joseph for sharing them, but he kept the dreams in mind. The jealousy among Joseph's brothers grew, and they plotted against him. One day, when Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers as they grazed the family's flocks in Shechem, they saw an opportunity to get rid of him. They conspired to kill Joseph, but Reuben, the eldest, suggested they throw him into a pit instead, intending to rescue him later. When Joseph arrived, his brothers stripped him of his coat and threw him into a pit. While Joseph was in the pit, a group of Midianite merchants passed by, and Judah suggested selling Joseph to them instead of leaving him to die. The brothers sold Joseph for 20 shekels of silver, and the Midianites took him to Egypt. Reuben, who wasn't present during the sale, later found the pit empty and was devastated. In Egypt, Joseph was sold to Potiphar, the captain of Pharaoh's guard. Despite being a slave, Joseph's integrity, diligence, and faithfulness earned him favor with Potiphar, who put him in charge of his household. However, Potiphar's wife falsely accused Joseph of trying to seduce her, and he was imprisoned. Even in prison, Joseph's integrity and ability caught the attention of the jailer, who entrusted him with responsibilities. In prison, Joseph interpreted the dreams of Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker, who were also imprisoned. He accurately predicted the cupbearer's restoration to his position and the baker's execution. When Pharaoh himself had troubling dreams, the cupbearer remembered Joseph and told Pharaoh about him. Pharaoh summoned Joseph, who interpreted the dreams, foretelling 7 years of abundance followed by 7 years of famine. Impressed by Joseph's wisdom, Pharaoh appointed him as the second in command over Egypt, tasking him with storing grain during the abundant years. During the famine, Jacob sent his sons to Egypt to buy grain. Joseph's brothers came before him, not recognizing him. Joseph tested them, accusing them of being spies and demanding they bring their youngest brother, Benjamin, to prove them hostage until they returned with Benjamin. When they returned with Benjamin, Joseph's brothers were terrified when they found their money in their sacks. Joseph invited them to dine, and he was deeply moved when he saw Benjamin. However, he continued to test them, hiding his silver cup in Benjamin's sack. When the brothers were accused of stealing the cup, Judah pleaded for mercy, offering himself as a slave in Benjamin's place. This act showed Joseph that his brothers had changed, and he couldn't contain his emotions any longer. He revealed his identity to his brothers, and they were shocked and frightened. Joseph forgave his brothers and invited them to bring Jacob and settle in Egypt. Jacob, upon learning that Joseph was alive, was overjoyed and came to Egypt with his family. Joseph was reunited with his father and brothers, and Pharaoh welcomed them, assigning them land in Goshen. Throughout the famine, Joseph managed the distribution of grain, saving many lives and accumulating wealth for Pharaoh. Before his death, Jacob adopted Joseph's sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, blessing them and prophesying about their future. Joseph lived to be 110 years old. Before he died, he prophesied that God would bring the Israelites out of Egypt and give them the promised land. He made his brothers promise to take his bones with them when they left Egypt, a promise fulfilled during the Exodus under Moses' leadership. Joseph's story is one of resilience, faith, and forgiveness.